okay, is attendance issues, 10% or more, over age. Obviously, they were repeater. We focus on repeating in the middle school years versus the elementary. They were at risk with two D's or F's, and we had the testing concerns, the SOLs. All right. Our biggest problem was the data, gathering the data. And Sean sat next to Kumi at one of those meetings where everybody was together and gave her, what do you mean? You can do this operation graduation thing with business objects. So she came back to me and said, how come you're not? So I went, well, it's not available for middle school. And so all of a sudden, Harlan Walker now became my best friend, okay? So I just want to show you what he's done for us, because that was our biggest issue at the time. So this is now what he's done for us, and he made it live for every middle school. So we go into business objects, and you are going to see real names, and I apologize about that, but he couldn't wipe those out for me. I think you guys might be jealous of what we have, actually. I wanted to say, because he took yours and made it even better, and now we can go to school improvement. Look, for every middle school, it's right there, Operation Graduation. Okay, we have the same input controls. I can pull up 8th grade, I can pull up 6, 7, 8, I can pull up whatever period, grading period, 1, 2, semester, etc., and what this grade year is. I've already pulled this in. I'm just going to run this query. I apologize again about confidential information, but I was told you guys would all be cool with it. No one would be upset. And one of the things that this is really neat about is that we had a concern, like I said, it started in 3rd grade, so he's pulled the data for elementary. So when I go to look at a 6th grade student, I can see what they've done 4, 5, and 6. It's really neat. I told him I was going to be bragging, he'd get a lot of phone calls. Okay. All right, so you'll see, just like Sean had up there, what his things were tagged for, you'll see that mine, that's what I've set, and you can change this criteria. Anybody can pull it out and change the inputs, whatever they want to pull up. We pulled up, basically, he modeled it similar to yours. We have these children on assessed value. Our assessed value, it ranks them, all 514 of my 8th graders, by absences, whether they retained in middle school, and whether they had D's or F's. And we look at our 3s and our 2s, and we visit some of our 1s, okay? So again, I apologize about the name, but you're going to see that you can go over. We did have them put in our teams, because we are team related, and we take this data to our team meetings. Whether they were retained in middle school, well, again, special ed was important to us. Absences, failed English, failed math, that of course was important. And then this is their yearly thing, along with suspensions. We wanted to know if that was an issue with behavior and or attendance. But this is the really cool thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Then you can go here, and we can also get everybody's SOL scores. But then I said, you know, Harlan was very patient with me, and I'm not somebody that should be pushing a lot of buttons on computers, but I do know what I want. And so, see, that's what I tell you. I shouldn't be pushing buttons on computers. All right, so what I did say is I want everything in one spot. So I'm going to pick this child, and I can put this, touch this for any ID number. And here I have his 3 years. Okay, I have what he did last year, the year before, the year before that. If he was 6th grade, it goes right into middle school. I have his total picture right here. Attendance, 3 years. I have all of his SOLs. I have his DRA scores and everything else. And now these are elementary, grade 5, but our 8th grade teachers, our grade level teachers are now going to be putting that onto Starbase so that as a high school or anybody else can get this information. And now I don't have to run around with all those sheets that I was running around with last year, wasting my time. Now we can spend more time with the interventions, etc. So that's our little story. But what we did from there was we've taken that information. Again, I should not be, touching buttons. Everybody that knows me knows that. Okay. All right. And now I have our BAT team. This is where we're going. And this is updated.
Behavior assistance team.
Our bear assistance team, right, okay, which is our group that we monitor the kids. And so we sit down, and I've reorganized this actually by team, because I'm gonna be going into the team meetings to say, okay, these are your kids. What are you doing? Just kind of give them an update. But you'll see that, again, we've taken all that data, we saved it on our Excel spreadsheet, we do have this on Google Docs for everybody to work with, and our interventions start on over here. And you'll see that we have, you know, whether it's an SOL testing concern, and this is what we've done for these kids, or what we are planning on doing. So whether it's team conferences, parent conferences, before, after school, extra academic help. We have some teachers that are doing it during lunch because we know transportation is an issue. We've really been big on extracurricular activities. We found that if we get these kids involved somehow, even if it's in a school day, something, it helps. The math reading elective, we're fortunate enough to have a math reading elective that focuses just on math and just on reading for all 3 grade levels. We did that as a scheduling thing, and that's one of their electives along with PE. We have been doing a modified schedule for some kids. We've taken the, why not, the high schools do it, what can we do? So we have been doing that. Counselor-initiated sessions, and I want you to notice that student-initiated sessions. When the student has come to the counselor, we've been monitoring that along with group. Our check-in, check-out has been working. We really started this year. We've noticed some big errors, and then of course we have our referral to Eagle. Along with some other things. But this is a working document, and this is one that we can change.
Before you go off the screen, I just want you to notice, look at all the indicators they put into their data dashboard that are indicative of student engagement. Either, you know, where we have some room, and again, when you're tailoring your interventions for the students, you can see where there's some room to grow or some concerns. What do you think of what they've done with data dashboards? They have taken it to a...
But now it's available for every middle school. So as your feeder, you know, Harlan, Harlan is now my BFF.
Right.
So, and he changed things even on Thursday with me, and he was great. And he said, yes. I said, well, I told him what I was using this for. And he was like, oh, okay, well, then every middle school will use it. And I don't even think that some of them know that they have it yet, but they will this in a couple of hours. There you go.
Well, and I want to say this is a good place to interject. I want to wrap this up here. Janine, I have to give you tons of credit for you getting together with Harlan and just taking this and really making it just come alive and sparkle, and being able to share that then with all the middle school administrators for their use. Some of them will make very sophisticated use of this. Some of them are just not ready to put their toes in the water yet, but it is there and available now for anybody. I'm working together. I want to put together a small division level team, very small little task group of folks who can help me. I'm on the functionality committee for EduPoint, and how we can take EduPoint and try to make it do some of the things and sing and dance for us that we want it to do in the future, so that it would be able to capture some of these wonderful things. And some of our data gurus like Ken Buda and some other people who really you just love to figure out what you can do with the data and how we can make it work for us, so we can spend our time, like we said, on designing the interventions and on our relationships with the kids. So if anybody has a, does writing in this area and has some creative finesse around this that you would like to contribute to that team of, Brain Trust, let me know. Please email me. This is a good time for doing that. To put that out.